inspired so many women today, so many, I think they're countless. We all wish to be in your shoes someday. I hope so. God willing, that happens.
Quite a lot of them, so you're most welcome.
I knew that, of course it is. And I just would like you to share some experience with us, because we all been dying. I think all these people are not even here for this pageant. They're here for Lara Dutta. Which is
Lara Dutta wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this pageant. So
wow! Ye record kar diya jaye, lock kar diya jaye. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Means a lot. I want everyone to know that this year Lara, some gossip, okay? Inside news actually, not gossip. She even went and met the Miss Universe organization herself to understand what is happening with our country, and we would like you to share some dope inside news on that. Over to you, Lara. Is it okay if you can all capture her this side? Is that good? Is there a light here? Thank you, Lara.
Thank you.
All yours.
Thanks. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Our bloggers, our photographers, our media people, some of our past winners that are here. So Natasha told you that I've been gracious enough to associate with them, but it's quite a different story because they won't really actually give me much of a choice. So this is my 4th year of association with Yamaha Fasino Miss Diva. And I think for me, the primary reason that I continue to be associated and really strive and work very hard with the organization to look for girls throughout the country is because of the immense pride and joy. I have to say, it's being a little selfish, but it gives me an incredible sense of achievement to be able to spend these 3 or 4 weeks with these girls that come in from all across the country, 90% of them extremely raw, not exposed to any kind of glamour industry ever before, but to be able to share with them or impart to them something that I feel is a life lesson that will go far beyond just winning a pageant on a stage, whether it is domestic or international. So it is about empowering women, giving them the opportunity and the freedom and applauding them for having an independent thought, for being able to express it. So not just about being, you know, a pretty looking face with a great body, because everybody who comes to us is primarily between the ages of 17 to 23, and all the girls who enter are obviously very young, they're all very pretty, they all have great bodies, they're all thin, you know, so the hard business of finding a beautiful representative isn't about what they look like. It's about what they become once you're done with presenting them to the world as a Times product, as a diva. So, you know, people always ask, why Miss Diva? You know, diva is associated with a little bit of a negative connotation. Normally a diva is somebody who throws her weight around, you know, keeps the media waiting for hours on end, shows up and, you know, says no comments. But I think today's new age diva has completely and totally been redefined. So today a new age diva is a woman who walks into the room and owns that room the minute that she steps in there. That's the woman that you can't take your eyes off. You want to know what she has to say. You want to know who she is. And that's a diva. And that's the girl that we're looking for today. That's the kind of woman that we want to represent. We want representing India on an international stage. So I have a pretty hard job cut out for me as mentor to these girls. But like I said, it's extremely fulfilling. I have some winners, you'll meet them in a short while. They have their own journeys to share, so you'll hear it from them firsthand as to how this pageant has changed their minds. But I just want to share, Natasha said that earlier this year I actually flew to New York and met with the president of the Miss Universe organization, and I asked her the same question that every single Indian has been asking me for the last 17 years. What happened? Why aren't we winning any contests anymore? You know, so at one point of time, India was the superpower when it came to beauty pageants. We had innumerable Miss Worlds, one after the other. We had 2 Miss Universes in a span of 7 years. And then suddenly everything sort of just came to a grinding halt. You know, it just seemed we couldn't place, we couldn't get into the top 10, our girls weren't figuring anywhere. And then it just became, you know, like a mundane year after year after year where everybody stopped even paying attention to who was Miss India. Nobody knew because she was going international, she wasn't placing anywhere, she was coming back, and then the next year before you knew it, there was another Miss India and another Miss India, and it was the same fate. You know, so what was going wrong? What was it that we were doing differently that seemed to work earlier and didn't work now? And in quite a nutshell, nothing really. So it's just an international pageant is subject to so many different factors. As Natasha explained to you, there are countries who have waited 63 and 42 years to get a winner and a crown back to their countries again. And I'd just like to say the achievement that India has made where pageants are concerned internationally, I think after Venezuela and Philippines now, we're standing as one of the top 3 countries in the terms of the way women have performed internationally. And that is a huge achievement.
Yeah, let's give it up for that.
That is a huge achievement. So today, what is the reason that we've actually had this press conference? Why are we having the bloggers here? Why do we have the media here? It's not about to blow the trumpet again and say, oh, this is another, you know, media sort of a launch for a Miss Diva. It's to really send a message out there that we can't do this without you all. We can't find the girls across the country without your help. And we need you to help us in our endeavors to take this out to as many people across the country, to help people understand what is the process of getting a winner out there on the international stage. And until and unless we have young women come forward and participate, we're not going to be able to do that. Because one of the biggest challenges that we face year on year is the talent pool is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Today, girls don't see it as, oh, you know, I mean, it's been 17 years, no one's ever won, I don't think it's ever going to happen again, so if I go through this and I don't win, you know, all that hard work in vain. But the fact of the matter is you have to understand that it goes so much more beyond just winning at an international pageant. So the kind of experience that you're getting, the kind of world that this opens up to you, you will not get this anywhere else. Trust me, I've been in this business for 22 years, 17 as a Miss Universe. You will not get this kind of experience in any field, no matter where you venture out. The kind of training, the kind of confidence that is instilled in you to then go out and conquer whatever field that you might want to go into. So why did we start off and make Miss Diva a separate property? There was always Femina Miss India. I was a Femina Miss India. Priyanka was my runner-up. Dia was the second runner-up. So there was one contest. But why change it? Why move and create Miss Femina, Yamaha Casino, Miss Diva, Miss Universe India? Because the requirements of each individual pageant internationally are completely different. What does a Miss Universe do in her year? Natasha told you that I gave them a bit of a hard time and bent some rules and refused to do certain things that Times wanted me to do. Trust me, they weren't the only ones. I think I was one of the most rebellious Miss Universes that the Miss Universe organization ever had. I refused to sit in cars and wave at parades. That's not the reason that I busted my chops to really land where I was. The reason that I had to spend a year away from my family with nobody around me in Mr. Donald Trump's fancy Trump building that I hardly ever saw because I was on the road 330 days of the year. So I didn't want, that was not my choice. I hadn't gone through all of that to sit and wave at parades as a beauty queen in a sash and a crown. And I refused to do it. So what did they get me to do? They sent me out to the Harvard's AIDS Institute in Boston to address the scientists that have actually found the AIDS virus and tell them what I thought about the HIV/AIDS crisis in sub-Saharan Africa. What else did I do? They sent me to Senegal to address the UN Global Youth Conference on what the AIDS crisis was in India at that point of time. So you really came out where they throw you off the deep end and you either sink or swim. So to give you in a nutshell, the new Miss Universe, Miss France, recently attended an event with a senator from the United States where she actually got him to commit to his vote to a bill that is being passed in legislature in the US regarding HIV/AIDS. So these are the kind of things, that is the kind of advocacy we're talking about. It's not about just wearing a crown and shooting various campaigns and endorsing various products. The girls really need to be very, very strong vocally. And that's the kind of girl that we're looking for, and therefore Diva was created to just move the kind of spotlight on what was required from being a beauty queen that normally was associated with being very soft, very gentle, working on children's issues, things that were I would say, I'm not saying they're flat, but what I'm saying is that they were a little bit more softer in approach. And Miss Universe is not soft. She's very ballsy, she's very vocal. And those are the kind of girls that we're trying to create and find in this country. If you want to call in Asha and Aradhana, I'm sure that they will have... you want me to say yes? Okay, sorry, before she's like, I need the gossip. So the Miss Universe organization, when asked what they were looking for, what could we send them? That's exactly what she said to me. She said, send me a girl who nobody can stop listening to. Or send me a girl that when she comes in, I can't take my eyes off. So I'll tell you this, folks. When I was Miss Universe, people were very ready when they knew that, the new Miss Universe was going to come in through the door. Everybody was ready to see a beautiful woman walk through the door, right? But not necessarily an intelligent one. So the minute you opened your mouth and actually had something to say, it completely threw them off. But what a surprise package was that? It was amazing because you get them where you're an unexpected package that is refreshing. And that is what the Miss Universe organization wants today. They want somebody who owns herself, who owns the world, who knows that that is hers and she belongs in it. So we're going to try our hardest best this year, 2017. You're going to see the girls that have made it to the finalists for this year. Again, a lot of them are girls who are very, very raw, so we have a long way to go with them. But we would really love to have your support in getting people to understand what it is that we're doing here with this pageant, what it's all about, and what it entails and what it means, so that we can actually get also just a better lot of girls entering every year. So now you can invite
Lara, can you go again to Miss Universe? Don't you think she should just go again, get us the crown back?
I think they have an age limit. And
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think I've done my, what do they call, duty parade, I've done it.
Urvashi, share some thoughts about your journey with Miss Diva and how it has kind of impacted your journey till now. We would really like to know. I mean, everybody knows really, but it's just nice to kind of hear it from the horse's mouth. So let's just hear it from you.
First of all, my journey has been really unique. It's been really very different because I entered Bollywood, then I came back here again. All I would say that superheroes wear capes, but some superheroes wear crown and heels. At the moment Lara made me wear the crown, I became a superhero. The very same day when I became Miss Diva, Miss Universe in 2015, I became a superhero. So I'm just so very thankful to Times of India, Times Group, and Lara especially for grooming all of us, not only me but all the contestants. She has been a rock, and I'm just so very grateful to have a mentor like Lara. And you are a very special person in my life. You even know that. So yeah, I mean, what else? I mean,
You can talk about me also. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I would like you to
That
talk about...
everybody knows she plays extreme.
I was just kidding. What I'm trying to say is, why don't you talk about what happened at Miss Universe, in the sense, what was your experience, and why don't you tell us how your thought process after winning the pageant and after you went back to Bollywood changed? We would like to know that.
When you're in a pageant, it's just like, it's just like as if you're you're going on for Olympics or you're training for Olympics. You really get to learn a lot, but being in a pageant, you really get to learn. You're like, you perform your best under pressure. That's what you learn. You learn goal setting. You learn how to be the best version of yourself. I think that's what pageants teach you. Yeah.
Okay, a controversial one.
Oh my God.
Who were you really rooting for? Philippines or Colombia in your year? If it wasn't you, who were you rooting for?
Personally rooting for?
You know what I mean?
I would say Colombia, Ariana.
Yeah, and why?
Why? Because for me, a winner should always be a complete package. She should be the best. Like, she should be a complete package with a great front book skills, with a great Q&A, and she should have a great personality, a great person from heart. That really matters to me the most.
Are you still in touch with her?
Yes, we FaceTime each other. Yeah.
Wow. So women can be friends.
Yes, of
women.
course.
Yeah? Is that true? Do you all agree? Yeah?
I still have one of the most rewarding friendships in my life till date is with Miss Namibia. So Miss Namibia, Mia, Miss Japan, Mayu, and me, we were called the 3 Ps in a pod during my year. And today, Mia and I both have a daughter each. We're still very good friends. We still go on holidays together. Mayu is an incredible lawyer in Japan, so I haven't seen Mayu in a few years. But these are friendships that lasted way over anybody winning a title or, taking away a crown or anything like that. And they're amazing friendships that you make.
Wow, that really speaks volumes.
I completely agree with her. The friendships, we have a WhatsApp group with all the countries all together, and then a lot of the girls, they're married, they have 2, 3 babies. So I'm like, oh my God, they already have babies.
Already?
Yeah, exactly. That's quite hard to digest. I guess Miss Italy, she has like 2 babies already.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
really beautiful.
So, this whole thing that we revolve around, that 2 beautiful women cannot be friends. Other countries, which is quite cool, I must say. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much, Lara. Let me call upon our next lovely lady. And she is part of the family now, I suppose. She's our in-house grooming expert. All the women come to her for advice. Please help us. We want to be, winning this just like you did it. She won us the Miss Supranational title, which was the first ever. She was the first Asian to win that title. And we are, come on, let's give it up, yeah? The first Asian to win that title. And, she was, the best part is she was just a regular girl who was an NCC cadet. Actually, let me not even say regular, because regular girls don't go to NCC cadets. They are like tough women, They are tough women and they're there, and she never thought of wearing the heels and the crown, the weapon that you just spoke about, a smile. And when we saw her the first day at the audition, we were stumped with her stumped catwalk, ramp walk.
See, but then this is where I'm shattering, including within the organization, this is where I'm shattering stereotypes. Please, Miss Diva doesn't have to be born in heels and be a girly girl who only wants to, wear tiaras on her head and pink dresses. I spent most of my childhood up in trees, plucking whatever fruit I could get my hands off, with my knees busted and my elbows busted. And I was an NCC cadet who went crawling through trenches with those awful 303 rifles over our heads at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Whoa!
What we're doing. We're rewriting the rules right here as Indian women.
I completely agree with you.
You can mention about me as well. I'm also a national basketball champion.
Okay, these are tough women sitting there. You can't like compete with them, alright? I'm telling you, the guys here. Are you scared? Are you? He's like, I believe him. Alright. Okay, so this lady is not only an NCC cadet, but she's a trained classical dancer. She is extremely talented. Our Miss Supranational 2014. I have nothing more to say for you. Please come on stage. Asha Bhatt. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Give up. Please go ahead and speak whatever you feel like, because once you start, you don't stop. So go ahead.
Really? Is that the case?
Yes.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you all for coming here. Hi, Lara. Hi, Urvashi. Hi again. Thank you, Natty. That was a wonderful introduction.
I didn't really say everything, because you have a big, long list of credibility and achievements here. So I'm sure people who are going to look up and see who Asha Bhatt is, or who already know who Asha Bhatt is, already know all of that. So please go ahead.
Gowns and hair and makeup. But the one thing that required, which was a common factor, was discipline, desire, dedication and determination, which I incorporated at NCC National Cadet Corps. I was the Cadet Ambassador of India for South Nations, and I did guard of honor for President Pratibha Patil in the year 2009. And I'm a C certificate holder and I'm a sniper specialist. So, and I'm an engineer as well. So never in my life I've imagined wearing the crown, probably walking the ramp, or I had no clue about what's a head ramp, mid ramp, or the start of the ramp. I had no clue how to wear my mascara or what are like lashes, acrylic nails. Absolutely no idea. But my parents always wanted me to join the entertainment industry. So my dad and mom, they filled up the form. I was in my hostel, I get a call and my dad's asking me, okay, what's your height exactly? What's your weight? I was like, Dad, Mom, what are you doing? Like, oh, we're filling up the form. I think you should be a Miss India. And like, what in the wildest dream made you think I could be a Miss India? I mean, I can do march past, left, right, I can be like a parade commander. I have no idea how to wear heels and strut the ramp. But he was like, no, you'll do it. It's a great platform to represent your country. It's a great platform to voice your choices. So that's when they filled up the form for me. I got rejected at the Miss India final auditions, Mumbai.
And she's giving me a dirty look for that. I don't know why.
Even I don't know why, but probably I had flaws back then. And I believe in working on my flaws. But I came back and I thought Miss Diva is a great opportunity for me to represent my country at an international platform. And here I am. I won the crown and I'm here. I'm very grateful for the Times of India organization and Yama Fasino, and most importantly Lara Dutta, for guiding me throughout my pageant and for just grooming me to be this. Who I am today, like sitting right here next to her. I never imagined that ever in my life. So I'm very, very grateful to be here. Thank you so much.
Now that you've all here heard Asha speak, during her year that she participated, it was 2015-14, Asha was eliminated in one of the pre-rounds. Do you know which round it was that she was eliminated in? Asha was eliminated in the communications round. And elimination meant she was out of the contest. She was not in the running anymore for the final. So right here, the point that I'm trying to make is the fact of what hard work and perseverance is, and the fact that if you face a little bit of a setback or failure in life, it doesn't mean that at some point of time, you're not going to stand on an international stage and be the first ever Indian to win a pageant that no one has ever won before from any part of this part of the world. So that is a huge achievement. We brought Asha back as a wildcard entry later in the contest after she was eliminated, and she went on to be one of our finalists that year. and that is an incredible achievement.
Wow, it's amazing, Asha. In fact, you know, at Miss Supranational, the organization, they keep calling her back. They call her beauty without makeup because they have seen all made-up beauties, you know, from other different countries. I shouldn't use that word made-up, but you know, it's individual choices. But when they see Asha, they see a real person, and that's amazing, commendable. Thank you. Thanks a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly call upon our last panelist and guest for the evening.
Hi, Nettie.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, I'm not natty, okay? I'm natty for them. I'm just kidding. All right. Aradhana, go ahead. Please share your experience and tell us something about your journey with Yamaha Casino Miss Diva. Please go ahead.
So I was a journalist before entering this field, and Miss Diva happened to me with a lot of surprise because I didn't expect that I'll get through because it was first time that I was trying my hands on pageants, and I didn't know what was in store for me. I was totally blank about this industry. I was shy to even wear a dress, let alone a bikini. So, but my mom and dad were so supportive. You know, they always told me that, you know, they told me that you don't have to worry about wearing a bikini. You know, they just want to see how fit you are and if you are comfortable in your own skin. And coming from parents who have no clue about this industry, it was a surprise, and it was obviously a confidence boost for me. And then I, you know, decided to make every moment count, to learn everything that came my way. And when I was at home, I used to watch all the girls on TV, and I used to be like, wow, look at the boys, the way they're talking, the way they are walking, it's so beautiful. And I used to think like, how do they do that? You know? It was a dream. It was a dream for me to be on stage with all the beautiful girls, and of course Lara ma'am, to mentor. And I don't have words to express how I felt walking the stage, and along with my clothes that I had, you know, I didn't have many clothes. Like I used to be a tomboy in school, and I had more of jeans and t-shirts and sneakers and then heels. And when all the Miss India organization saw my wardrobe, and they were like, what? Of course. And but I have learned, I have grown, and it's all because of you guys. You have given me the confidence to speak the way I am right now. And to be very honest, I have done my masters in English, but I was not very fluent when I was speaking in English, when I used to speak in English. And I could never do this on stage, like speaking in front of so many people, in front of camera, and with Lara and I'm sitting right next to me, with Urvashi, with Asha, that was something else. So yeah, it was overwhelming, and it was an amazing journey. I learned a lot, I have grown a lot, and all thanks to Miss India organization and Lara ma'am and Asha, Urvashi, everyone has been an icon for me, and everyone I look up to every day, and I learn every day.
Thank you so much. Can we give it up for that? Was like really sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, we are open to you, the bloggers. You'll want to ask any questions. The mics are around. I have a mic here for this section, or you have. Please raise your hands if you want to ask questions. Yeah. Go ahead. Please stand up and ask your question. It'll be really nice.
Hi, Lara ma'am. My name is Dutta. I'm a fashion blogger and a law student. Hello. I would like to know what special efforts the contestants need to put in so that they win the Miss Universe contest this year. I mean, apart from winning Yamaha Casino Miss Diva Miss Universe 2017.
No, it's a good question. So when I asked what was so special about Miss France this year, that's what I asked the Miss Universe people when I met them in New York. I said, what out of 100 and I don't know how many other countries, what made France stand out? And the response that I got back is that the coordinators, so the countries are divided into small groups when you're participating at the pageant, and each group has a coordinator that looks after, say, 4 or 5 girls. So what I got the feedback was that the coordinators right across through the entire Miss Universe organization absolutely loved Miss France even before she came in front of any judging panel, because she had a warmth and a sincerity that wasn't put on, it wasn't fake, it wasn't, sort of made up. She was not a textbook beauty queen, she wasn't saying the right things and dressing the right way, and so she was genuinely warm and she was genuine, and that's the most important thing. So I think for us today, a lot of the times the girls have watched so many past contests, Sushmita's, Aishwarya's, Diana's, Priyanka's, mine, that they come with a mindset that I must stand like this, and I must speak like this, and I must walk like that. And it honestly, for me, when I see that, it negates the possibility of how much I can do with the girl right there. Because I'd rather have a clean slate that I can start afresh with, and make you understand the fact that being a beauty queen or being a Miss Diva goes so much more beyond just the way that you present yourself when the cameras are rolling or when the judges are sitting in front of you. What is it that you are like as a person? So those are the things that we work on, to instill a sense of confidence in themselves within the girls. The girls are very, very young. A lot of them don't have a lot of exposure. They come from small towns. So how do you give them a worldwide view? How do you give them the confidence and the courage to stand up and actually say something that may be controversial, maybe something that's not aligned with the majority way that the masses think? How do you give someone that young the confidence to be able to do that? So those are the things that go into the training process. Those are the most important things. Apart from that, yes, we're teaching you to walk in heels, we're teaching you how to, to converse, how to style yourself, how to dress, how to be presentable. But it goes so much, that's why I was saying that finally at the end of the day, these girls will take something that will last them a lifetime, far beyond what they will do at a contest.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to ask you one question. What do you think that apart from grooming and, giving them the poise that you're going to do for them?
I can't give them the poise. You can only help.
Okay. What do you think actually makes a diva in the truest sense?
That's what I said. That is, for me, the truest essence of a diva is exactly that. Is somebody who is totally and completely unapologetic and unafraid to be herself. That is a diva. Doesn't matter if she's a diva who's winning with a crown on her head or not. You are a diva to me in my eyes if that is who you are. If you own who you are, to me, that is a diva.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're the diva of divas. We have to learn from you.
Thank you. Yeah. Just one moment coming. One moment, please wait. Yes, you? Excuse me? Go ahead. Yeah.
Hi. So while Asha was talking and Aradhana was talking, I realized that both your parents have been really supportive. And when Lara, you were saying that in terms of the talent pool, there is talent diminishing every year. I think parental consent is a huge barrier, right? So is there something that as the platform is Diva, you can do to kind of break that?
I think for me, being here and being associated with it is one of the key reasons that actually will provide, sort of a reassurance and a comfort to a lot of, especially parents, guardians out there. The idea that we're saying is give us your daughters so that we may actually make something of them. And I'm an example of what the possibility could be. So for me as a celebrity, whether it's as a Miss Universe, as a Miss India, as an actor, there's a tremendous amount of social responsibility that comes with the way that I am projected, the things that I say, the way that I have constantly tried to conduct my life as, So there is, at the end of the day, there's a lot of exploitation in the glamour world. there's a lot of exploitation. There's no getting away with that. And at some point of time, as an actress or as a beauty queen, some people that you may come, in contact with will probably exploit you. But in these 3 or 4 weeks that I get with these girls, and these girls know, I mean, every time I get a moment alone with them, all I can possibly do is try and give them enough examples on how to protect themselves from those kind of situations arising. So that is exactly what I'm there for. When I'm here as a mentor, that is my job. My job is not just to groom these girls, but also to protect them.
Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes, please.
Hello ladies, my name is Vikram. Actually I have a question for Urvashi. First of all, you look very beautiful. Yeah, and I wanted to ask that, what was the feeling when you won this Diva and when you entered this universe? How did it change your life?
I'd say that I became a diva. As we all know, Diva is an intelligent, beautiful, and an extremely ambitious woman who's really extremely good at what she does, and she really works hard a lot for everything she wants in life. And it also exemplifies class, grace, and your personality. So I think that is all what I learned being a diva and winning the title Miss Universe India.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, request, can I have a selfie with you all?
Yes, of course.
After this, we'll take some pictures there. Is that right? He really, I think Urvashi really likes you.
Yeah, a lot. A big fan of yours.
Big fan? Sure, only fan, right? Just kidding. Just kidding. Alright, anybody else? Yes, please go.
Urvashi, hi, Vedita here. My question to you. What is beauty according to you and what is your style mantra you follow?
Beauty for me is confidence and being beautiful inside and out, which radiates outside. I think it's very, very simple. That's it. I mean, beauty for me is being who you are and being confident within yourself. And style mantra is I'm a very experimental person. I just keep experimenting a lot. I do not like simple things. And I like to experiment a lot. That's what it is. I do not follow any trends or anything, but I just be myself. I'm as crazy as Lady Gaga maybe. So yeah, I'm a crazy girl. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, any questions outside there? Please go ahead. Why don't you take this one? It'll reach faster.
Hello, Lara. My name is Himanshu. I believe that every contestant is different, but at some point of time in the past or in the future, have you come across any point that you see that two contestants are same and you're confused who they actually are going to send you to finals?
It happens all the time. It happened just yesterday when we were doing the final auditions. It's so difficult. You'll find two girls who will be tied with exactly the same amount, the same points, and then you don't know because only one of them can make it.
So then what do you do?
You go with your gut. That's what they've hired me for. They've hired me for my eye and my gut. That's what I go with.
You pick the funky or actually?
No. I think... No, but I'll tell you, because this is such a visual medium and it's all about first impressions. So I think if there are two girls, you have to veer towards the girl that has the most maximum stage presence at that point of time. Because at the end of the day, at an international contest, the judges very rarely will see you up close and personal. Most of the time, they're seeing you right on stage. So it's about the kind of effect that you have and the impact that you have, what you exude when you're standing there. So most of the time, it'll boil down to that.
Also, I have a question for Anuradha and Asha. Have you ever felt that someone like your colleague, your contestant colleagues, they are same like you? Have you been ever afraid of them? I mean, see, I know you guys stay good like friends and all, but have you been ever afraid of anyone else, any of them?
No, I compete with myself. I see how I was yesterday, how am I today, and where I want to see myself tomorrow. So when you have that mindset, so it doesn't matter who's next to you or how that person is working hard. I'm like a horse. When I'm in a pageant, then I, groom on myself, work on myself so that I give my best. It's okay, it's a pageant, we all are competing to win. It's okay, even if my friend is competing, that's great, I'll support her. At the same time, I'll work on myself. So the fear fact, inferiority complex, ये सब आता ही नहीं है if you believe in yourself.
Yes.
Thank you.
I totally second Asha on that. Because for me, when I was there in the pageant, I made friends for a lifetime. Come on, I made friends who were still there with me, who came for my finale. I was in Miss India too, so they came for my finale and they cheered for me like how. And they've always been so supportive. So I don't think there is any competition and it should not be actually. You should not compete with a person who is next to you. Lara has always taught us that. And she has always told ki, be your better self every day. So like Asha said already. So I think we were never scared. I think we always enjoyed what we were doing. That's the reason.
So I have a last question.
I'm Urvashi. Up now.
Hi, Urvashi. So you said that you were first in Bollywood, then you got into the modeling industry, and then you again went back.
No.
Yeah, I think you went earlier, the first statement.
First, Miss Teen India, my other passions, modeling as well.
So you did some work in Bollywood somewhere. I had read about that article also. Yeah, some article also had. So has this thing, the Diva and Miss Universe thing, has changed everything in Bollywood, your presence in Bollywood?
Actually, this was more of an internal reason. I think that...
About that, like your confidence or something has
No, I was always confident since day one.
Okay.
But it's just like...
Okay, please correct me if I'm wrong. What she's asking you is, how after you came to Yamaha Casino Miss Diva, your life changed in Bollywood? Did it change in Bollywood? Did your thought process change in Bollywood? Do you think it really impacted you winning Yamaha Casino Miss Diva in Bollywood, or was it just the regular back entry into the industry?
Of course it does.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Take this one.
Hello. So, what have you dreamed about? Being doing pageants or a Bollywood actor?
Being Miss Universe India, which I want.
Exactly. So, I don't know how to ask you that thing. Like, you must have thought somewhere to be in Bollywood someday.
No, Bollywood never.
Endorsing something or, being advertisements or something.
Winning Miss Universe India.
Okay, that was something. Okay, there's no problem.
You know, actually, when she had come to apply for Miss Universe India, that is Yamaha Casino Miss Diva, she was already, an established Bollywood entity before she came in. More so compared to other girls who come in from cities where they have not got the exposure and all, into the fashion and Bollywood and entertainment industries. But always, there was only one thing on her mind, was to win that crown. She came with that focus, and she succeeded with that. So,
Rautela has been there since the beginning, so she knows it really, really well by every single day.
yeah.
How hard it is for an outsider who does not have a background in the film industry, like who is not exposed to all this as a child or like totally new to this environment, how hard it is to get a break or just get involved?
Regular question about nepotism. So, well, I'd say that when you're from industry, it becomes very easy for you because you already are an industry kid, you already have those sort of connections. Being a newcomer, not from the Bollywood industry, being an outsider, it's always like you have to develop those connections, you have to meet the right people, and then you land up getting your first film. So that's what it is, but if you become really queen, like Lara, if you win Miss Diva, Miss Universe India, things become easier for you. It really does, yeah.
Does it become easier for you? I'm just kidding. It actually does give you a recognition, and it helps you to become an entity, as Lara said earlier, that you become a voice, you become someone, from Asha, Radha, they all said that you become somebody from just a regular person, and that's why they're sitting here. In fact, I never thought, neither of these ladies thought that we would be sitting here with Lara. I mean, that is a privilege. Thank you so much once again for all of us. For all of us. Thank you.
That's why I got my first film, so she's
Yes. Anyone? Yes. Please take the mic.
Hi. Okay, this is going to be literally out of context, and trust me, I am not at all sorry for this, because if I don't say it now, I would regret my entire life. Okay, Urvashi, this is for you. So if you remember, it was 4th or 5th episode of Miss Diva, the grilling session, and you were wearing a very beautiful green gown. That time, Lara ma'am asked you a question that, why do you want to be Miss Universe? And you said it to her that, Lara, as a person, you inspired me so much. I would like to say this to you, Urvashi, as a person, you inspired me so much. Everything about you, the way you speak, the way you look, the way you present yourself, the way you dance, it's amazing, and I just like you,
That's sweet, that's so sweet. You literally made my day.
You are really very inspiring.
I'm going to give you a tight hug. Yeah, I will love it. Okay? Oh, we can't control emotions.
Okay. The mic also couldn't handle that.
Hello, thank you.
Right. Any more questions? Yeah. Do you have a mic there? Please.
There's been a Miss Universe, Olivia Palpo, who was 5 feet 4 inches, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So there have been international winners who have not been that tall. So it's not. I don't think that it is an absolute, criteria that the girls have to be very tall. I think their personalities have to be towering. So the reason that we look for girls of a certain height is because a lot of the international candidates are very tall girls. So when they're standing on stage, should you make it to the top 10, when you have 10 girls standing on stage, you need to have a Miss India who can hold her own, which is why we try as much as possible to look for girls who are about 5, 6 and above. Because once the girls are in their heels, some girls wear 3 inches, some girls are wearing 6 inches. So it doesn't make a difference. You can't really tell what somebody's individual height is when they're standing on stage. But it's just a visual when you're standing there. You want your girl to be able to keep, without being a dip. But again, like I said, if she's got the most incredible personality, it doesn't matter if she's 5 feet tall.
Yes. Any other questions? Are you still have a question? Wow. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Establish a modeling as a still somewhere India, the modeling in India is not very much popular, not so much famous, but then modeling outside is so much hype, so much clearly and so much established. Is there any kind of lack in India established modeling as an industry?
Are you saying that Indian models are not established internationally?
No, not that. See, when you go abroad, there is a perfect clear-cut modeling industry that every country has. But India still doesn't have that thing somewhere, because I have been following that, and I always want to think a good modeling company that India has, a good talent. Like India provides a good talent and everything, but then Indian models.
In 1990.
See, I am from medical field, and I know that first Miss India was from medical field, I guess. In 1945 or 65, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, she actually left her medical studies and she went in to become Miss India. But then, despite my any Indian models like who are successful, not even who are not successful, but they don't know a single Indian model's name. And I'm quite
They need to
surprised.
stop watching FTV. So at 16, I was one of the youngest models that actually started in India. I was 16 years old when I started, and like I said, I've spent 22 years now in the business, so do the math. And the modeling industry in India, from my experience, and that's first-hand, over the years has evolved so much that from a time in beyond, and so if they don't know Indian models' names, I mean, you don't even have to look at the new girls who are already on an international, sort of a stage and a ramp. But you can look back through the years for the models that have been there, from Madhu Sapre to Meher Jaisia to, these are supermodels for us at our time. So it just depends on what their preferences are. Today you have every major modeling agency, from Elite to IMG, all of them representing models here. We have very well established fashion weeks. So there is incredible representation for models today as what it was 22 years ago. And they also have an extremely strong, almost like a union, which never existed before.
Indian models are represented international brands and still I was quite surprised that Indian models like
I think it's a small circle, darling. I think it's a small circle.
probably in suburbs.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Pass the mic.
Thank you.
Gentleman behind.
Hello everyone, my name is Urvashi. I have a question for Urvashi. How does it feel to have close to 6 million followers on Instagram?
I'm just so grateful to my fans, to my loved ones who follow me, and I think it's all only possible because of them, because of their love. And I think I'm nothing without them. I think that's it's because of that. I'm just so grateful to my fans. All I'd like to say is that this moment will always remain very special in my heart. And as they say that, superheroes wear cape. There are a lot of superheroes who wear heels and crown as well. So the moment I won my Miss Universe India crown, I became a superhero. बहुत अच्छा लगा है और I'd just like to wish girls all the very best. Participating in a beauty pageant is just like participating in any kind of sports activity. तो जो आप sports से सीखते हैं, यानी कि being confident under pressure as well. So that's what you learn from beauty pageants. So I'd just like to wish all of them all the very best. What were the challenges you were facing at your time? Challenges I was facing at my time was the challenges for everybody, but I'm just so thankful that I'm just so grateful to God, to everybody who has supported me throughout every single thing, that I won Miss Universe India twice. So yeah, it's a great honor for me. For the contestants, do your best, forget the rest, and just be the best version of yourself. That's what I like to say.
You also signed a woman-centric movie with Coffee with the director. Yeah, it's with the and a co-star is Rajesh Sharma. Is that true?
No. Okay, thank you.
Why this event?
I think मैं 4 साल से Yamaha फैशनेबल मिस डीवा के साथ जुड़ी हुई हूँ और मेरे लिए हर साल बहुत ही एक्साइटिंग रहता है. ये सबसे एक्साइटिंग टाइम है एक्चुअली. हर साल की कॉन्टेस्ट की शुरुआत है क्योंकि मुझे एक पूरी नई बैच मिलती है, नई लड़कियां मिलती हैं जिसे मैं ग्रूम और ट्रेन करती हूँ. और
जैसे आपने कहा बहुत सारे मेमोरीज वापस आ जाते हैं क्योंकि 17 साल पहले मैं उन्हीं की जैसे थी। थोड़ी सी मेरे पास थोड़ा सा एक्सपीरियंस था क्योंकि मैं मॉडल रह चुकी थी, लेकिन फिर भी जो पैजेंट की जो दुनिया है वो बहुत अलग है। और अगर आपको एक मौका मिले कि आप मिस इंडिया जीते या मिस यूनिवर्स बने तो आपकी पूरी ज़िंदगी बदल जाती है। तो आज जब मैं इन लड़कियों को सुनती हूँ, उनके एक्सपीरियंसेस को सुनती हूँ, तो बहुत सारे ऐसी चीज़ें याद आ जाती हैं जहाँ पे मैं भी बहुत नर्वस थी। कुछ चीज़ों के बारे में पता ही नहीं चला था तब उस वक्त, but you learn as you go along and it's an incredible journey. It's a big responsibility being a mentor, and you heard today you've had a lot of information that's been made available about the contest. I've always said that for me it's a big social responsibility because I have a lot of young women who look up to me, who emulate me, you know, who always say we want to be just like you. That's a huge responsibility to have. But like I said, I always try and impart as much as I can to them in as little as a time as I'm allowed. Honestly, we had a great training program when we participated at that time at Femina Miss India, but we didn't have any mentors. You know, Sushmita had won, so she came in and she spoke to us, but that was just a talk that we had. So we never had access on a day-to-day basis to somebody who had already won an international pageant and gone through that experience. So for us, I mean, the girls are very lucky today, really, to have the opportunity to have me around them for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, the time that we filmed this. Because like I said, as much experience as I've gained, not just as in a year as Miss Universe, but over 17 years of experience is something that I'm trying to put forward to them in a nutshell in 3 or 4 weeks. I see that the pool of girls that we're getting slowly over the years has gotten smaller. It's very difficult to find girls today who don't automatically want to first go to Bollywood, who are willing to give an international pageant a try. So a lot fewer girls are willing to put themselves out there. I feel that they have the confidence to do that. And, I want to tell them that it's an incredible opportunity. So we would love to have you. We would love to have girls who are intelligent, who are well-spoken. Beauty, anybody who comes to enter in a beauty pageant, 90% of the girls are very pretty-looking girls. So we're not saying that the beautiful girls are less. What we're really saying is that the girls who have that confidence in themselves, that's getting less every year.
One thing important part of being a contestant of Miss Bengal.
I think one key thing if you're going to come and be part of this is that you have to submit yourself to this process. You have to have a really open mind. You have to be ready to say, there are a lot of things that I don't know about, there are a lot of experiences that I haven't had, but I'm ready for them. And when you allow yourself to become open like that as a person, then you're ready for anything that comes your way and you really excel in it. You give it everything that you've got. Beauty icon and inspiration in Bollywood. I think for me, growing up in Bangalore, I didn't watch a lot of, the recent movies. As in recent, I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about when I was a kid. I didn't watch the new movies. We watched a lot of the older films. So for me, actresses like Saira Banu were stunning, were gorgeous. They had, in the olden days, the makeup was different. They wore a lot of wigs and things like that, but they had a grace and a class. Nargis had a grace and a class that was incomparable. And those are the things that I thought I wanted to emulate as an actress. I didn't want to follow the latest fashion or wear the correct eyeliner or, be dressed by the in designer. It was about exuding a certain kind of a grace, a certain kind of a charm that lasted generations and not just the time that you spent in the span of your career.
जैसे अभी आपने कहा कि सायरा बानो is an action.
जी.
If you get a chance to do a biopic of her, would you do?
Inshallah, if I'm offered a biopic, why not? But I think those would be very difficult and hard shoes. All my messages, you'll have to come and watch Femina, you'll have to watch Yamaha Fasino Miss Diva. I will give you all the messages you need, what it takes to be a model or a pageant winner right there.
जब भी हम देखते हैं आपकी daughters इंस्टा और सोशल मीडिया पे भी हुई है। बाकी बॉलीवुड सेलिब्रिटी किड्स की बात करें तो आज के टाइम पे ज़्यादा करके वो पापाराजी स्पॉटेड किए जाते हैं। वक्त से पहले सेलिब्रिटी बन जाना किस तरह से आपको सही लगता है? आप कभी इस तरह से अपनी डॉटर के साथ कभी स्पॉटेड नहीं की गई हैं, ये आपको सही लगता है? जैसे ये वक्त से पहले सेलिब्रिटी बन जाना, उनको कैमरे के सामने लाना।
ऑनेस्टली मैं इन चीज़ों के बारे में ज़्यादा सोचती नहीं हूँ। लाइफ इज़ ऑर्गेनिक। मैंने अपनी बेटी की परवरिश वैसे की है जो मुझे लगा है, दैट्स द वे दैट आई वांटेड टू रेज हर। और मैंने कभी ऐसे फेस नहीं किया है कि पापाराजी मेरे सामने आकर अपना कैमरा डाल दे। व्हेनेवर आई हैव मेट द मीडिया और द पापाराजी, अगर मैंने उन्हें रिक्वेस्ट किया है कि आप मेरी पिक्चर ले लो लेकिन मेरी बेटी को एक्सक्यूज़ करें, दे हैव ऑलवेज लिसन टू मी। तो आई हैव नेवर हैड अ बैड एक्सपीरियंस वेयर दे हैव नॉट लिसन टू मी एंड अटैक माई चाइल्ड और बीन व्हाटएवर। तो आई थिंक इट्स अ गिव एंड टेक रिलेशनशिप। मुझे पता है कि मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एज अ सेलिब्रिटी क्या है। कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि टुडे इफ माई डॉटर डजंट माइंड इट, अगर वो खुश है, her expression is all right, you know, she's not fazed by it, so I don't have a problem with it. But if my daughter is scared by what she's saying, I will protect her. That's a motherly instinct. And I think हमारे देश में जो मीडिया है, जो paparazzi है, वो थोड़ी अमेरिकन paparazzi के कल्चर से थोड़ी सी अलग है. So they really understand where if you request कि you're frightening the child, don't do it, they really listen, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.